On Sunday, September 15th, Terry Fox runs were held in well over 100 cities and towns across Canada, as well in at least 60 countries around the world. But there's only one Terry Fox hometown run that's held every year in Terry Fox's hometown of Port Coquitlam. Tri-Cities Community TV was there and brings you this coverage.
Some noise to the world, Port Coquitlam. Let's see you. Let's see you. Woo! It's the Terry Fox hometown run. Fox on the run. Come on. That was awesome. I love that. Thank you so much. Welcome everybody to the annual Terry Fox hometown run. My name is Drew Savage. I co-host the Nat and Drew Show on Move 103.5 in Vancouver. It's my third year here at the hometown run. This is such a special event and such a special occasion. It was 45 years ago, September 1979, when Terry first started to share with friends and family his goal of running across the country to raise what he hoped at the time would be $1 million for cancer research. And here we are, 45 years later, proud to remind you that we are inching closer and closer to raising $1 billion in Terry's name. The totals right now to date stand at about $900 million through the Terry Fox run over the years. I know we're going to cross that $1 billion threshold one day. Thank you for being here today and helping us get closer and closer and closer to doing that. We are going to get the run started in just a few. Just a reminder that if you are on a bike, if you could go up to the front starting area. Everybody else, come on back. Thank you for joining us here closer to the stage. To get our official opening ceremonies underway, I'd like to introduce you to members of the Coastal Sound Children's Choir and Blakeburn Elementary School to sing "O Canada." Excellent job. Thank you so much. Coastal Sound Children's Choir and Blakeburn Elementary.
I can't run there right now.
Next up, I'd like to introduce you to one of the main engines, one of the big drivers of the Terry Fox Hometown Run every year. Please welcome Dave Teixeira.
All right. Good morning, Port Coquitlam! Come on, we do this every year. This is the hometown of Terry Fox, one of Canada's greatest heroes. We can do better. Good morning, Port Coquitlam! Outstanding. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the 44th annual Terry Fox Hometown Run. And it's an absolute pleasure to be here, one of my favorite days of the year. And the theme this year, if you look at your t-shirt, is no matter what. I love that grit, that determination, that resilience that Terry had. And it's something that we can all live by, and it's something that we are doing today. 44 or 43 years ago, Terry had to stop his run. But we are all here today, thousands of us here in Port Coquitlam, Terry's hometown, to continue his marathon of hope, because we have all said no matter what, we are going to continue to honor his legacy. So thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up, buying t-shirts, filling the streets of Port Coquitlam today. And a few just housekeeping things, because I know you guys love hearing me talk, but it's much better for you guys to hit the street here. Merchandise is right across from the table or from the stage here. We've got all sorts of refreshments along the route, water, etc. We have nothing better than having milk while you're running. So don't get it before you run, get it on the way back in here. And I just cannot thank enough all the hundreds of volunteers who help put this together each and every year. Someone like Mary Ness, who I voluntold many years ago, and she's been here ever since. Michelle Reed, who looks after wrangling everyone for the stage. She has the hardest job. She has to get the mayor on the stage, breaking away from shaking hands and kissing babies, and that's a really, really difficult job. We also have Kathy, who looks after our registration table, and we have many, many other folks. So thank you for joining us. If this is your first time or your 44th time, you're continuing that marathon of hope, and I look forward to the day when we're not here raising money for cancer, but we're celebrating the end of cancer. And I hope you'll be back for that day very, very soon. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, Dave. And again, yes, if this is your first time here at the Hometown Run, I have a feeling if history is any indication, it won't be your last. This is a special event and a special occasion. Once you do it once, you keep coming back and back and back, and we love to see it. That's why there's so many familiar faces here every year, including the face of the next person who is going to join us on stage. Please welcome the Mayor of Port Coquitlam, Brad West.
Well, thank you very much, Drew, and thank you, Port Coquitlam, for this amazing turnout for the Terry Fox Hometown Run. On behalf of the city, I want to thank Dave Teixeira and all of the many volunteers who make this possible. I'm incredibly proud of the partnership with the city to bring this together every year. As I look out at this crowd, I know Terry would be proud. I see kids, I see seniors, I see families, I see Northsiders, I see Southsiders. We even let people from Coquitlam come. I see people who are here from all walks of life, united in a common purpose, to carry on Terry's legacy and to find a cure for cancer. 143 days, 5,373 kilometers. Through rain and snow, he kept going. Through wind and heat, he kept going. Through immense pain, he kept going. He kept going, and as Terry Fox ran across Canada, his courage ignited a fire in the hearts of people across our country. He demonstrated that one person, armed with a dream and the determination to see it through, could inspire an entire country to rally behind a noble cause. Just like this year's theme says, no matter what. Well, his run was cut short. Terry's legacy continues to inspire us today. His marathon of hope didn't end on the road. It continues through people all over the world who have taken up his torch. And nowhere is that more strongly felt than here in his hometown in Port Coquitlam. That's why I am so proud to share with you that in partnership with the Fox family, our city will be delivering a new interactive Terry Fox display at the Port Coquitlam Community Centre so that the next generation can learn about Terry's story, particularly about growing up here in Poco, and draw inspiration from it. And we're asking for your help to make this display very special. We know that many people in our community knew Terry. Maybe you went to school with them. Maybe you played on a sports team together. And we'd love to hear from you. If you have photos, videos, any objects that can help tell the story of Terry growing up in Poco in the late 1960s and 70s, please visit portcoquitlam.ca/inspiring. And not only will we have an impressive Terry Fox display, I'm also very proud to tell you that we'll have a new special Terry Fox sculpture at the community center as well. Terry Fox reminds us that when faced with adversity, we all have a choice: to be defeated by it or to stand tall and fight back with every ounce of our being. His story teaches us that one person's dedication can spark a movement that changes lives, fuels hope, and makes the impossible achievable. So let's carry on Terry's spirit. Let's remember that no matter the challenge, nothing is insurmountable. No dream is too ambitious. Let it inspire us to run our own marathons of hope, to persevere against the odds, and to make a positive impact in the world, just like Terry. And it all starts here in Port Coquitlam. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great run, and we'll see you at the finish line.
That's amazing. Thank you, Mayor West. Just remembering Terry, the legacy, for those of you who are old enough to remember the original Marathon of Hope, it's not difficult to get inspired by thinking of Terry's story. Maybe you aren't old enough to remember Terry's original Marathon of Hope. Maybe even if you are, it's important to stay reminded of why we are here each and every year, that cancer still affects so many of us, too many of us. And to share her own personal story, a member of Terry's team, and most importantly, a cancer survivor, please welcome Erin Danielle Ness.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? As always, I am so honored and so grateful to be here speaking once again. I believe this is my third time sharing my story. This time, sharing my story, I'm going to go way, way back. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Oh wait, I think I will later. But I grew up with three brothers. All three blood brothers played all the sports. I didn't, though. In fact, I thought sports were dumb. Those were my words. My mom told me I said that. Sports were dumb. That was until about grade 4. Grade 4, the school that I attended, we had a sports day, and I was required to do at least 2 events. So I did a 100-meter sprint, and I did the long jump. Lo and behold, I won both my events. I took home those coveted blue ribbons. And the rest is history. Since then, I've been slightly obsessed with sports. I went on to play basketball throughout all of my high school years. After high school, I took upon running quite seriously. I did about 12 10K runs and a marathon. Okay, no, actually, I shouldn't lie. I didn't do like a whole marathon all at once, but I did 2 halves. So that counts as 1 marathon, right? It sounds way better when I say I ran a whole marathon. From then, I dove into bodybuilding, and more recently, I've taken on hiking. In the spring of 2016, when I was deep into my bodybuilding era, after having 2 successful competitions under my belt, I started preparing for my 3rd competition. And it wasn't going very well at all. My body wasn't responding, there was no progress, and I didn't know why. That summer, in August of 2016, I discovered a lump in my left breast. I contacted my doctor right away. He sent me for a mammogram, an ultrasound, and a biopsy. Just 2 days after my biopsy, I was standing in my kitchen drinking my cup of coffee, the last few sips before I had to leave for the day, and the phone rang. It was my doctor's office. Why was my doctor calling me? I'm supposed to see him in a week's time. I picked up the phone. It was the lovely receptionist. She said, "Erin, the doctor'd like to see you right now." I dropped my mug. It smashed all over the floor into a million pieces, kind of like a movie scene, and I made my way to the doctor. And I heard those terrifying words, "Erin, you have cancer." Now, I don't remember too much about that appointment, but I do remember telling the doctor that I was made for more. I've never cried during a speech before. I told him I was made for more. I didn't know what that more was, but I was not done, and I was made for more. Now, my son was 8 at the time, and I picked him up from school that day, and I told him, "You know, Mama, she had some tests done at the doctor's, right?" He said, "Yes, Mom, I know." "Well, the doctor told me today I have cancer." And he said, and I'll never ever forget this, in his sweet little 8-year-old voice, he says, "Oh, like Terry Fox." And he said it in such a positive manner, and I will be forever grateful for Terry Fox and the foundation and the programs in the schools, because when I told my sweet little son that his mama had cancer, he looked at me as a hero, and I'll never forget that. I went on to have a lumpectomy, 16 rounds of chemo. I lost all my hair, all my muscle, all the strength I'd worked so hard for. I had a double mastectomy, 3 more surgeries for a total of 5 surgeries. The last surgery was just this past June. Sorry, excuse me. Now, while I'm now 7 years cancer-free, the fear of reoccurrence is real. For those of you who know, you know. And January of 2023, that fear returned. I was not well. I had debilitating migraines. I was so fatigued I couldn't get off the couch, and I was so nauseous I couldn't eat. It was so bad, I went to the ER one night. We did all the tests that a busy ER department could do in the middle of the night. All but one test. They didn't do a pregnancy test. And why would they? I'm 43 years old. I've done aggressive breast cancer treatments. Why would they test me to be pregnant? Anyways, enter Maxine. This is our incredibly beautiful, impossibly perfect miracle baby. So sports look a little different for me these days. But I'm alive, I'm moving, I'm usually hiking with Maxine on my back. So today I say thank you to Terry for what he's done. I say thank you to all of you, participants and donors, for helping to keep Terry's legacy alive, because we're still striving for a cure and a world without cancer. Thank you.
best on-stage special guest ever. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Maxine. Welcome to the Terry Fox Run. Before we get the run officially underway, and again, the cyclists are going to kick us off here in a few moments, something that's certainly become tradition here at the Terry Fox Hometown Run. I think 20 years, maybe even more. There's the man right there. If you have not heard this song, listen to the words, describes exactly why we're here. Inspired by Terry's Marathon of Hope. For the 20th year performing Rod song here in Port Coquitlam, Brad Lovell.
If there's doubt and you're cold, don't you worry what the future holds. You gotta have heroes to teach us all. You never give up on a dream. Cling the road, touch the song. No thoughts on earth can stop you wrong. And when your heart it bursts like the sun, you never give up on a dream. We don't need no restriction. We can live on sympathy. We just need to go the distance, the distance. That's all we need to be free. Inspiring on to never lose. It's gonna take a long time before they fill your shoes. Gonna take somebody who's a lot like you, to never give up on a dream. Oh, you never give up on a dream. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great one. Cheers.
You know, it's one of the most important things I do in the year is help coordinate this Terry Fox Hometown Run. It's one of my favorite events of the year in my calendar because it brings the community together. We're honoring Terry, one of Canada's greatest heroes, and we're working together to find a cure for cancer. So all of those combined make it an absolute pleasure and honor to have a day like this every single year.
Yes, it is. Good job, guys.
Hometown Run means a lot. I taught Terry. He was captain of my basketball team when he was in grade 12, and we were pretty close. And the family, I know the family well. And I've lived here now for, 40 years or more. So having this be the home, literally, we were just saying that when we came down here. This place is famous all across Canada because this is Terry's hometown, and it gives us all an enormous amount of pride to be part of that. And for me in particular, I'm triggered all the time because I knew Terry personally, and we were close, and it's doubly meaningful. But any Port Coquitlam resident can take incredible pride, even though pride may be a sin. But I think it's a pride that's fair. I think we can be forgiven for being proud. There are so many things to remember about Terry as a student. He was like his run. He was driven to do his best. He worked really hard in school. He basically got all A's. He would nothing less would do. Always in competition with his buddy Doug Allward. They're both, they're the same age, they graduated the same year. Very competitive and stubborn. I think it's a Fox trait, and that's what kept him going. I remember so many things about Terry. When he had to have his leg off, his mom phoned me the night before and asked me if I could go to the hospital. And I was terrified. He wanted to be a PE teacher, and here am I, a PE teacher, and this kid's got to have his leg off. He was 17 at the time. So that was a terrifying time. But and I do remember that so well. And I kind of lucked out because there was a Runner's World magazine in the Fox library, the school. Well, it was Port Coquitlam Secondary then, and it was a story about Dick Traum, who's a one-legged runner who'd done a marathon. So I stole it from the library and went up to the hospital, and I gave it to Terry just because I had nothing else really. And I said, I'm not trying to say anything, but just so you know, there is life. A lot of life with one leg. Of course, the next thing you know, he's running across BC. Took him a long time, a lot of work, a lot of hard work. And in fact, I remember once he came to the gym and asked me he said, Coach, you think if I try to run across Canada, do you think I can raise $1 for every Canadian? I said, I think you'll get the $1, Terry, but like Canada, why don't you run across BC first? And his mom, when he had his idea, his mom said, absolutely not, no way. So if he'd listened to his mom and me, nobody'd know him, right? Because he got famous and, basically went through Ontario and Toronto. Of course, by then, even though he'd only run, it's still over halfway across Canada, and he also passed 90% of the population of Canada. So he really achieved his goal, even though didn't get to BC, but all those things stormed through my mind.
Well done.
Go, fast. Pump those legs.
Hi, I'm John McLeod, my wife Jeannie McLeod. We've just finished the run today and it was just amazing. Beautiful weather, perfect conditions. I ran my first run 44 years ago. I hope I have a few more runs before I am done. Jeannie's run a lot of the runs too. This turnout today has been just fantastic. 44 years ago, it was a big new thing. Today, 44 years later, it's just growing and growing, and it's just such a great memory of Terry, and we're happy to be here.
I just think I admired him so much. I'm the same age as him. I was born in 1958 in July, same as him, and I'm still here and he isn't, and he gave his life in a very heroic way. He was so unselfish and so tenacious. I just admire the heck out of that guy. And he's just an inspiration for so many people, and it's going on $1 billion that's been raised. It's a really great thing.
Certainly our hero, for sure.
A real hero.
Yeah.
Now you get
It means a lot to us to be here supporting Terry Fox Hometown Run because it's a great cause. We believe, together as a community, we can support and raise awareness and support the cause, the research for a cure of the cancer. Especially for me, I came from a family which my grandmother, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, they all passed away by cancer. So it's, yeah, and doing this with my daughter is very special for me.
All right. Look at all the runners and walkers and wheelers coming back. This is amazing. Well done, you guys. Nicely done. You did it. Congratulations. Whew.
All right, so participating this year's Terry Fox Hometown Run, what it means to me is it just brings a sense of community. Terry left a lasting legacy for us in Port Coquitlam and for people across Canada, so it's a great means to bring the community together. Cancer research is obviously a huge thing that affects all of us, and it's always an inspirational day, and it's a great way to bring everyone together on a beautiful Sunday.
Well, we were going to cheer on everybody who did the run from the start to the finish, and I feel like it's important to go to these events, especially since Terry Fox was here, and he made a pretty big deal of what he did. I mean, he changed a lot of people's lives. It's the least that we can do.
I've been doing the Terry Fox probably 30 years. I usually do the Terry Fox in Sherwood Park, Alberta. That's where we're from. This is my first time doing it here in Port Coquitlam. I'm so honored to be doing it here in his hometown. I'm walking for everybody that has cancer. Not for my mom's friends, everybody. I'm walking for everybody. And I'm just so proud to be a Canadian. And I'm so proud. And I'm so happy. This is the best day of the year. And the scenery is beautiful, the people are beautiful, and thank you very much, Port Coquitlam.
I'm Murray, of course her husband. I'm from Sherwood Park, originally from Swan River, Manitoba. My mom had cancer, so I'm walking for her for the first time, and I've been walking lots, so I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Where you're from? I'm from Port Coquitlam. This is our third year only doing the hometown run. It's so important, I think, because as I get older, more and more people are affected by cancer, and I think we need to do whatever we can to help get rid of it. And I think we've made so much progress, but there's still more to do.
Yeah. And hi there, I'm Lori McMunn from Perth, Ontario, Canada, and I'm part of the organizing committee back in Perth for 10 years, and we're hoping to bring it back to my hometown, and it's very important. I love the theme for this year, no matter what. Very inspirational, and yeah, for sure we need to beat this thing.
Well, I drive down from Penticton to be in the hometown because I'm from here, so I still come every year.
Right? Yeah, I think I missed 1 year in high school, but other than that, I've done it since it started.
No, you get
And I did actually start doing
yeah.
cookies. So there's ones for red shirts for like my mom, or I did the blue shirts for volunteers or whatever. But yeah, to be in the hometown one is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
it is.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, it means a lot to me. Here in the Terry Fox Run in Port Coquitlam, a lot of people participate every year for a lot of causes, to be healthy as well, and especially to defeat cancer. Let's remember that Terry Fox suffered for us, and he also did this for Canada and for the world.
Well, I think we're starting new traditions every year. This is our second run, so it's really neat to be able to come year after year.
And it's our second year, like Joe said. Sloan's done it. It's amazing. We've done 8 kilometers both years, and we're going to do it every year. We love doing it. It's an important event for us. Yeah.
For us to be here for the Terry Fox Run means a lot, because this is Terry's hometown, Port Coquitlam, and being residents here, to be able to take part of this. This is our third one as a family, so we're very fortunate that we get to do this. And obviously growing up, we were doing this as kids, and now our children are taking part of this, so it means quite a bit to us.
Yeah, and supporting the cause is so important to our family, especially because it's touched our family in a very close way. So knowing that the funds raised here go towards the research in terms of finding cure, that means everything, and we'll continue to support the cause for years to come.